Hi students, it's nice to see you again. In this lesson, we are going to be looking at the topic good news and bad news. So, model of the lesson, social sphere of communication, man and his health. In this lesson, we are going to be looking at the topic news. Let me introduce you with the aim of the lesson. We are going to develop language and communicative and cultural competences, critical thinking and creativity, to enlarge vocabulary related to the topic news, to improve speaking and writing skills. Now, get introduced with the objectives of the lesson. To identify the definitions of the term news, to define the role and importance of news, to determine types of news, to study the sources of news. So, students, what is news? Can you give me the definitions of the term news? Of course, news is information about recent events or developments that are important, interesting, or useful to people. Its main aim is to inform the public about what is happening in the world, their country, or local community. Now we will take a closer look at the role and importance of news. Role of news. Informer news provides people with facts about current events and issues. Educator, it helps people understand complex topics, politics, economy, science, etc. Watchdog, news monitors the actions of governments, companies, and public figures. Connector, it links people with society and the world by sharing common information. Importance of news. Awareness keeps citizens aware of what is happening locally and globally. Decision making helps people make informed choices in daily life, political, financial, and personal. Public opinion shapes how people think about issues and events. Democracy strengthens freedom of speech and holds leaders accountable. Social cohesion creates a shared understanding of society's problems and achievements. Types of news. There we will consider some types of news. First, political news. Description covers government elections, laws, and policies. Second, economic business news. Description focuses on economy, trade, markets, and jobs. 3. Social news. Description relates to people's daily lives, society, and communities. 4. Cultural and entertainment news. Description about art, music, movies, celebrities. 5. Sport news. Description reports on games, competitions, and athletes. 6. Science and technology news. Description new discoveries, inventions, and digital trends. 7. Local news description events and issues in a specific area or community. Examples local accidents, city projects. 8. International news description global events affecting many countries. So there are several sources of news. Traditional media, newspapers, printed daily, weekly, give detailed written reports. Radio, quick news updates, accessible anywhere. Television combines visuals and sound, reaches a wide audience. Second, digital media, online news, websites provide instant updates. News apps, personalized and convenient. Email newsletters, daily or weekly news summaries. 3. Social media, platforms like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, very fast but sometimes unreliable. Allow citizens journalism, ordinary people reporting events. Other sources, magazines, in-depth analysis and features. Podcasts, discussions and expert opinions. Word of mouth, news shared directly between people. Now let's turn to today's grammar topic. Past simple. Form, subject plus past verb, regular, ed, irregular, second form. The usage to describe finished actions or events that happened one after another in the past. The main storyline, keywords yesterday, last year, in 2010, 2 days ago, then, after, that. Example, she opened the door, walked into the room, and sat down. These are completed actions happening in sequence. Past continuous form, subject plus was, were plus verb ing, the usage to describe background actions or situations happening at a certain moment in the past or an action that was interrupted. Keywords while, when, at that moment. Example, she was reading a book when she phone rang. The long action reading was interrupted by the short action phone rang. While they were walking in the park, it started to rain. Background situation and new event. Here are some inspiring and meaningful quotations about news. First, news is what somebody somewhere wants to suppress. All the rest is advertising. The man who reads nothing at all is better educated than the man who reads nothing but newspapers. Number 3, newspaper is not only a collective propagandist and a collective agitator, but also a collective organizer. 4, journalism is printing what someone else does not want printed. Everything else is public relations. Number 5, in seeking truth, you have to get both sides of a story. Number 6, the news is always bad news, and it is worse when it is late. People everywhere confuse what they read in newspapers with news. Number 8, bad news travels at lightning speed. Good news takes the scenic road. Number 9, today's news is tomorrow's history. Now students answer the questions about the topic, news relying on your knowledge you obtained today. Question number 1, what is the definition of the term news? 2, why is news important in society and what role does it play? 3, what are the main types of news? 4, what are the main sources of news in today's world? 5, how is the past simple tense used in storytelling or news reporting? 6, how is the past continuous tense used to describe background actions in narratives? On this slide, you can see writing tasks about news. Choose one of the topics below and write a 200-word essay. First question, write about why news is important in our life. Second, describe your favorite type of news. 3, how do you usually get news every day? 4, write about the role of news in society. Here's a case study task on the topic. Anna and the news background. Anna is 15 years old. Every morning she likes to read the news. On Tuesday, Anna opens a news website on her phone. She reads an article about a big football match. The article also talks about a new park opening in her city. Anna is excited because she loves football and enjoys going to the park with her friends. Later, Anna tells her brother, "Did you hear about the new park? We can go there this weekend." Her brother replies, "Yes, and I also want to watch the football match on TV." Tasks for you. What does Anna do every morning? You have to answer to the question. What news does Anna read on Tuesday? Why is Anna excited about the news? What does Anna tell her brother? How does her brother respond? So dear students, it's time to conclude today's lesson. So on this lesson, we made a lot of work. The definitions of the term news were identified. The role of importance of news were defined. The types of news were determined. The source of news were studied. Narrative tenses, past simple and past continuous, were explained. So students, you can get more information from the references that is given on your screen. So it's the end of our lesson. Goodbye students. Have a nice day.